Hello everyone. Good afternoon, especially to Miss. Good afternoon, Miss. So, today my topic is about administration and organizations of guidance. What is administration and organization and its function? When we say administration in guidance, it refers to the planning, directing, and managing of guidance. Programs to ensure that students' needs are addressed effectively. Like, for example, when a school principal allocate funds for a peer counseling program. That is part of administration. On the other hand, organization guidance is about arranging people tasks and resources to make sure that the program runs smoothly. A good example of this is when a guidance counselor assigns teacher as advisors and set up schedule for the counseling session. In short, administration provides the overall direction while the organization ensure proper arrangement and teamwork in delivering guidance services. Now let's have the administration and organizations of guidance and their specialists. First, direct the planning, developing, and coordinating of the guidance program to the entire area. This means that the guidance head makes sure that the program is properly planned, improved, and carried out across the whole school so that all students benefit. Second one is he or she conduct workshops and in-service training programs for counselors and teacher. This rule provides trainings and seminars to help teachers and counselors improve their skills in handling students' academic, personal, and social concerns. The third one is assumes the leadership in the correlating all guidance and counseling activities. This role provides training and seminars to help teachers and counselors improve their skills in handling students' academic, personal, and social concerns. The fourth one is he or she can help teachers to become conscious of the needs of individual pupils and to assume a permissive attitude in dealing with children. This means the guidance head supports teachers in understanding that every student is unique with different needs and teacher encourage to be open, patient, and flexible in guiding them. The last one is he or she can encourage teachers to plan group guidance lessons, to arrange interviews and meetings with small groups of parents, and to make use of community resources. This shows that the guidance head motivates teachers to go beyond classroom teaching by preparing guidance activities, work closely with parents, and involving the community to support students' growth better. Personnel includes the administration and organizations of guidance. The first one is the teachers, the guidance, the librarian, the physicians, the nurse, the psychologist. This personnel helps students along the way of their academic year in their school. Personnel includes the administration and organizations of guidance. The first one is the teachers, the guidance, the librarian, the physicians, the nurse, the psychologist. This personnel helps students along the way of their academic year in their school. So the first personnel is the teacher. So teacher are not only responsible for academic instruction, but also play a vital role in guidance and development of students. So they are regarded as a guidance workers because they help students with their personal, social, and emotional needs. So as key persons in the classroom guidance program, teachers directly observe students' behavior and provide support whenever needed. So through their daily interactions, they make valuable contributions to the guidance program by integrating values in lessons, fostering disciplines, and creating a positive learning environment that promotes both academic and success and personal growth. So, for example, noticing a student's struggle. So, a teacher's observe that one of the students is unusually quiet and withdrawn in class. So instead of ignoring it, the teacher talks to the students privately and learns that the child is being bullied, then report it to the guidance office. Now let's have the school principal. So the rule is includes overseeing teachers, staff, maintaining discipline, managing school resources, and creating a safe and supportive learning environment. So a school principal and the counselor work closely together to plan and organize program guidance service, which include the following. So in service training for teacher, the next is consultations, surveys for teachers and parents, counseling service for pupils, referral service for pupils, placement and follow up, also research and evaluation. So our next personnel is the guidance counselor. So a guidance counselor's main role is to support students in their academic, personal, social, and career development. So they provide counseling to help students deal with problems, guide them in making decisions, and assess them in discovering their strength and interests. So they also coordinate with teachers, parents, and school administration to ensure that the students receive the guidance and support they need to succeed. So like for example, a guidance counselor help the students who is struggling with low grades by identifying the cause and giving study tips. So and arranging the meeting with the teachers and parents to create a support plan for students. Now let's have the librarian. So a librarian has an important role in the guidance program. So by helping the students access information and resources that support their academic growth and personal development. So in elementary and secondary or college levels, the librarian guides students in developing good study habits, research skills, and love for reading by providing materials and creating a supportive learning environment. So, the librarian contributes to the goals of guidance, helping students become independent in learners, critical thinkers, and responsible individuals. So, for example, in encouraging reading habits. So, an elementary librarian organizes a weekly storytelling hour to make reading fun and help young learners to develop love for the books. Now let's have the school position. So whether employed full-time or part-time plays an important role in guidance and health program of the school. So their main focus in preventive care, so ensuring health program of the school. So their main focus is to regular checkups of students, health monitoring. Aside from this, the doctor also provides medical advice to the school nurse and serves a referral source for students who may need further treatment. So, like for example, preventive health checkup. So at the start of the school year, so the doctor conducts medical and dental checkups to ensure students are healthy and fit to study. Now let's have the school nurse. So plays a vital role in the guidance program by providing important informations about the pupil's physical health. So this help teachers, parents, and administrators better understand the child's condition. So by monitoring health, giving first aid to the children's, and also ensures that the students are healthy and ready to learn. So while also guiding the school community in addressing health related concerns, other responsibilities of the school nurse include making routine for school nurse making routine inspections of pupils who are reported ill, making referrals to and assisting the school doctors, maintaining the health records, and making home calls when necessary. So that's the importance of the school nurse. So the last personnel is the psychologist. So plays an important role in understanding and supporting the mental, emotional, and behavioral needs of students. So they help identify learning difficulties, provide counseling, and conduct psychological assessment to better understand a child's abilities and challenges. So by working closely with teachers and parents, and administrators, the psychologists ensure that the students receive the proper guidance and intervention. So, for example, helping a students with anxiety. So, high school students feel nervous speaking in front of the class. So, the school psychologist provides counseling sessions to help the students manage anxiety and slow build confidence. So, now let's have the models of organization. So structures of a guidance program. So I want to show you some pictures about the structures of the guidance program. So the first model is about the organization structure for a big school guidance program. So the first one is the president down to executive president and down to this part, which is the part of their organization. So oh, that structure is about how the organization of the big school guidance program. So the next model is about organizational structure for an elementary or high school guidance program. So first is the school directress, down to this part, another part. Okay. The third model is about organizational structure for college guidance. So this is the organizational structures for college guidance, as you can see. And the last one is the guidance program structure. So that is the structure of the guidance program. And that is the end of my reporting. Thank you for your time and listening.